Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast,
I feel like
episode 170.
70. Yep. Am I a little hot? I feel like I'm a little hot.
I don't think you are. Doesn't sound hot to me. I'll tell you when the music's done blaring in my ear
Okay.
in 17 seconds.
17
Thank you
seconds.
guys for joining us. This is the Gig Economy Podcast. We are going to talk about the Uber toilet, and Uber and Lyft agree to pay $328 million for drivers. Two drivers withholding money, which when I finally read the article, it's not as great as it sounds because unless you live in New York, you ain't getting shit.
Right.
So,
Well, and then, of course, there's all that exciting new drink. You got to talk about that.
my
You can't forget
exciting
about
new
it.
drink.
Yeah, there's an exciting new drink that they're selling on Amazon.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. It's going to be prime competition. I want to mention our Patreon members. Thank you so much, Larry, Samson, Steve, Bud, Omar, Delivery Cats, Jamie, Frank, Joe, Nate, and John. Appreciate you guys so much. If you want to join them in the list of amazing people, go to patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast, or just search the Gig Economy Podcast. There you can sign up for two different tiers, a $5 tier, $10 tier. $5 tier gets you pre-ramble, which Jesper and I rambled earlier. $10 tier gets you the pre-ramble, gets you ad-free episodes, gets you a t-shirt on your third payment.
How quick? When do they get the pre-ramble?
When I edit the podcast.
Okay.
So sometimes you get it early, sometimes you get it at Sunday night, sometimes you get it, in this week's case, on Monday afternoon.
Right.
So it all depends.
We're busy.
We're busy.
We got shit going on.
So yeah, stories from the road, Jesper.
I have 0. And I also will not be driving this weekend, so I will have 0.
Oh, have you made the decision to not drive this weekend?
Yeah, I'm not going to. I mean, the bonus is just horrible, and
Yeah,
honestly, right now with everything going on, I need to spend the hours at home getting caught up at work.
So I actually preloaded my bonuses for tonight. Remember, we talk about how I never have them.
Right.
Listen to this horse shit. So I had that amazing one with Lyft. Like I had a great weekend, and then I had that weekly one where 15 rides, I got 100 and whatever it was, 100 and something. So this week or this weekend, $85 for 55 rides. Like that is terrible.
What is that? Is that like it's not even $1.50 a ride?
No, that's Lyft. Oh, but if I don't want to work too much, I can get $20 if I do 30 rides. I know. How do you go from having an incredible weekend of quest or bonuses, and then Uber's is 60 trips for 110 or 50 trips for $100? So horseshit. So I did not drive last weekend either. I did Comic-Con, which was a great weekend, had fun, got to see some cool people. If you have watched Sons of Anarchy, which I asked all my friends, and none of these fuckers have watched it, so it took the wind out of my sails. But if you have watched it, people that are listening, Opie, his real or his name is Ryan Hurst, but Opie on the show was there, and I got a signed picture from him.
Nice, Opie.
So that was pretty cool.
I thought you were gonna go get like SpongeBob's signature.
Are you kidding me? You should have seen the line. They were 3 to 4 hour lines for SpongeBob all day.
Are you kidding me? Don't people have anything to do?
I mean, I bet you that guy cleared 50K that weekend.
Oh my gosh, SpongeBob?
Yeah, and it's the voice of SpongeBob. It's not like he stood there in a sponge, but you got to remember, Jesper, SpongeBob started in 1999, so you have a long stretch of people that have watched that show over
and this guy, he's an old geezer, right?
He's not as old as you think. He doesn't have any gray hair, unless he dyes it.
Well, unless he cuts it off. I didn't know he was bald.
No, he's not that old, but
it's interesting. I follow I used to watch. Well, I still watch it once in a while, but the what was it called? SG1. Remember that show? Sci-fi show, Stargate Atlantis and Stargate show. Anyways, so I kind of follow their YouTube channel, and you kind of see how they travel. Some of the key people travel to Comic-Cons all over the country.
Yeah.
Do views and stuff. Yeah,
It's big money. I think it's, Comic-Con used to be like comic stuff, and it's turned
right,
into like it's not even Comic-Con, it's like pop culture now.
right.
You know what I
Yep,
mean? Because there's
yep.
not very many comic people there. Who else did they have? They had the guy, the voice of Goofy,
Goofy.
Bill Farmer. He was there. He's been there a couple times, and they had some other people. They had some YouTubers there that I have no idea who they were. Not anyone great. So, but
Yeah,
it was okay.
no Mr. Beast.
No, Mr. Beast. He did not show up. So obviously I will not be driving this weekend. So we will have no stories for next week as well. But
As
before,
well.
yeah. So
The gig economy news.
let's get into the gig economy news.
What?
Uber and
Hey,
Lyft-
wait. So what was that?
I gotta turn it up. I'll turn it up. Don't talk.
The gig economy news.
That's my buddy Chris. He made that for me.
Oh,
But I couldn't turn it up because that affects your volume too. So I
Oh,
said
there you
don't
go.
talk. But yeah, he made me a couple. I don't think I have them on there. Oh, I have this one. We love this one. I don't give a shit. Anyways,
he didn't make that one, did he?
no, that's
That's the real one. Yeah,
who is that guy? He's dead.
I don't know.
Godfrey.
Godfrey, that's right.
But what's his first name? Fuck. Somebody's gonna get mad that we don't know that. Lyft and Uber agree to pay $328 million for withholding money from drivers. So as I read this, I was like, that's interesting.
When am I gonna get my money, right?
Yeah, Uber 290 million, Lyft 38. The money will be distributed to cheated drivers who also get back pay along with mandatory paid sick leave and other benefits, which we'll talk about later. Let me see what actually happened. So from 2014 to 2017, Uber deducted sales tax and black car fund fees from drivers' payments when those taxes and fees should have been paid by the passengers, the Attorney General office said. It went on for that long. It took that long
Oh yeah.
for somebody to stop it. Uber misrepresented the deductions made to drivers' pay in terms of service, telling drivers that Uber would only deduct its commission from the driver's fare and that drivers were entitled to charge the passenger for any tolls, taxes, or fees incurred. Through no method to do this was ever provided via the driver app. So we're supposed to get out your credit card reader. I'm like,
Give me cash.
$2. Yeah,
$2.
excuse me, sir.
Well, we all know that people don't want that, of course.
No, I think that's super strange that they expected the drivers to collect that. How did they not know they were going to get sued?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same as everything else. Right? As long as it's flying under the radar,
Yeah.
you not find out, then it's fine.
I can almost guess that at some point you and I will get involved in a class action lawsuit. I'm like, we've driven enough that somewhere down the line we got cheated somewhere and they're going to owe us some money.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, I know you're not done talking about, but I thought it was interesting that Lyft, Uber had $290 million, and Lyft had 38.
I know.
Such a huge difference between the two.
I mean, look at the companies, especially. I'm sure maybe Uber did that with Uber Eats too. Maybe like it sounds like it was mostly a sales tax thing, but that's crazy.
Yes.
So when you would get done with a ride, the price would be so much more less because they were charging you the taxes and stuff like that. Like that's so fucked up.
Yeah, something. It's definitely not right.
No.
Or they were charging it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't even know how that would work.
Well, I mean, it said it went to the drivers and it was up to them to bill the customer, but there was no way to do it. It's just, I don't even like that seems.
Oh, I get you. So they were taking sales tax out of the driver's fee.
Correct. Yep. Or the pay.
Yep.
Yeah. Uber misrepresented the deduction made to drivers pay in their terms of service, telling drivers Uber would only deduct his commission from the fare and the drivers were entitled to charge. So basically, they were taking the tolls, the taxes and fees out of the driver pay and not the rider pay.
Right.
Which is
BS.
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. So
I'm happy they were made to pay though. That's good.
Yeah, I'm glad those drivers are getting getting their money back. They added a couple other things, but we'll talk about a little bit later. Jesper, what do we got for this?
We have a TikTok video, and it's really just a delivery driver not doing his job very well, and I don't even think that he wants to. But why don't you play the video?
I'll play it, but I have some update to this video, so here we go.
Hey, bro. Oh my God. You better act like you got some fucking sense. Talking about flying barrels. Crazy as hell.
I think you're
Like, what the hell?
At home,
What's that?
I was gonna say, for the people at home who can't see the video, it was a delivery driver who comes in and he just tosses the package at the door. I mean,
doesn't toss it. He chucks it. He throws
chucks
it
it
as
at
hard
the
as
door.
he
Yeah.
can.
And then the lady comes out. I'm assuming it's one of the inhabitants of the apartment or whatever, comes out and kind of yells at the driver. So,
well, details on that. First of all, she's actually kind of hot. I kind of looked at her TikTok. She was just got out of the shower there and didn't look the greatest, or what. She was in her robe, but she was kind of good looking. I come to find out that was her baby daddy, and he was a driver for Amazon, so he got her house and chucked it at her door. So, not to say that a driver wouldn't do that, but like, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense, because he was like, I mean, it wasn't just I'm tossing it like you said originally. He chucked it as hard as he could, and the box broke and everything. So, but
you
yeah,
better have some damn sense, bro.
yeah. She talked it ghetto too. I was like, oh my gosh, but
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know either. Maybe it's a Southern thing. She had a little bit of an accent,
maybe.
But this next one is from the Harry Campbell, the rideshare guy. Shout out to him. He said it was a tweet. He in Dallas took a Lyft earlier, and the driver pulled up with his daughter in the front seat, fast asleep. He says, little strange to be honest, didn't really negatively affect the ride. But what would you do? This is also a Lyft Black, a 40-minute ride, $100 plus for that.
Oh yeah, but see that makes it. I mean, I would never do it, right? But I would even less never do it in a Lyft Black.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
people expect different.
Yeah, I mean, especially in a Lyft Black.
Right.
I want to look up his tweet because it was interesting, some of the comments on that. But yeah, I mean, first of all, it's dangerous too. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it because he posts so much.
I mean, but I guess the other thing we don't know about is, so the daughter was sleeping in the front seat. How old is she? Right. I mean, why is she sitting in the front seat? Maybe I mean, because I don't know the rules in Dallas, but here you can't legally sit in front if you are, what is it, like 10 or 12, below 10 or 12, or in a certain height. You have to be in more than that. So.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah,
and if she's in a car seat, no way she's gonna sit in the front. I mean, no car seat in front.
Okay, here we go. I found it. It's because I was looking for a black thing, but like on my phone, I have dark mode on, so that's why it was. Anyway, let's see. Oh, Harry. So Lyft, he tagged. I don't even know if he tagged Lyft in it, but Lyft responded like, we're interested in supporting you for DM, and Harry wrote, snitches get stitches. How great is that? How great
well,
is
but
that?
I mean, let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. It's not like Lyft can't figure out who it was.
That's true.
I mean, it's a 40-minute ride over $100. Come on, Harry. You gave it away.
I mean, he's got a blue check mark.
And it's a Lyft Black, right?
Yeah, Lyft Black. I'd give him 1 star. I gave him 5, but hopefully it's a one-time thing. See, this is the problem. Why do we constantly have to talk about people that still rate 5 stars?
That is true. I mean, you and I had to talk about that the other day. And when do we stop? When do we stop rating so high?
I know. Someone commented, it's hard to say what I would do because I wouldn't want to ruin someone's livelihood, but it's unprofessional and disrespectful to put the rider in that position. What a great comment. That's totally true. It is. But
Right.
you're right. I don't want to ruin his livelihood either, because how terrible would it be if you complained and then he's done?
Oh yeah.
I mean, hopefully he has Uber Black or, something else. We talk about the multiple buckets, but I don't know.
We don't know the situation either, right? It could be that he was just, I mean, yeah, we don't know the situation. We have no idea what this person is going through, and maybe he was forced into an impossible situation and he needed to drive. I mean,
Yeah, and a lot of those comments are like that. I would
Mhm.
thank him for the ride and leave a tip. The man is obviously doing what he has to do to take care of his family. If the kid is in there, I'm sure he means no other options. There's a lot of most people aren't shitting on the driver, which
Right.
surprised.
I appreciate that because I can definitely see that. I mean, the people who do full time in this, they are. Yeah.
Well, somebody commented like this, and Harry wasn't even this is what the guy said. Get over it. Maybe the guy is struggling. You don't know what's happening in the guy's life. Besides, what's the big deal? Did it ruin your day? Chill out, dude. I mean,
He didn't do anything.
he wasn't mean about it. He was just a little strange. Didn't really he wasn't being freaking out about it.
Right.
God, fucking Harry. Snitches get stitches. That just kills me. That I gotta retweet that. That is not getting enough. That is not giving it.
Let's make sure Lyft really can figure out that this was a black ride. It was in Dallas and 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh. So great. So
it's
great.
difficult to figure out who, where it really was. So
yeah, for sure.
So this one is also
this kind of piggybacks on the first article that we talked about.
Right. And so this is another Reddit, and it's about the guaranteed pay protections and benefits that is in place for New York. And you're right, it piggybacks what's going on there.
They're getting this $3 million or 380 million plus. This is what's happening.
Right. So as part of the deal, drivers can count on certain benefits and protections, including New York State drivers outside of New York City will be guaranteed to earn at least $26 an hour while en route to a rider or with a rider in the vehicle. Up to 56 hours of paid sick leave per year. New York State drivers outside of New York City will be entitled to an hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours while en route to a rider or with a rider in the vehicle. So obviously, they're very specifically talking about what's it called, section 2 and 3, not section, but
I'm confused.
Well, so Uber has the T time, the 3 periods.
The periods.
Period 2 and 3. So
yeah.
So specifically, that's the timing that we're worried about right here. And eligibility to appeal many types of deactivation through Uber's review center and paid training and education about driving on the apps. Now you got to take the videos, but you got to get paid to do them too. so no, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I think it's interesting. I think that's a decent amount of sick time. If you were a full-time driver, you'd get 56 hours a year of sick time. So I don't even know how does that
up to.
Well, yeah, but if you worked,
you got to earn it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying if you're full-time, you're gonna drive. You're gonna have 30 hours of driving a week. I guess my point is, how do they apply for that sick time? Do they just? I mean, who do you call into and say, I'm sick, I'm not working today?
Well, I'm sure that's what it is. Right?
Yeah, that seems weird.
And I mean, you can only use how much you're earn up. So.
Well, I know, but I guess my point
I'm sure they have a way in the app to report it. So.
Well, yeah, you would think they would, but they also should have had something so they didn't, to pay the fees and the taxes.
Well, yeah. I would think, though, that it would require a doctor's note.
Oh, you think?
How else are they gonna?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they could easily ask for a doctor's note. I mean, because when we go to the doctor, that's you just have them fill it out. I need a doctor's note.
Yeah. So. I don't know. It's just weird, being independent, but yes. But then having to You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm sick today, guys. I'm not coming to work. It just seems odd.
Oh,
But
absolutely, it's odd. But it's again, it's the whole thing about, are you a contract worker or are you an employee?
yeah.
So it's
But I mean,
that,
they're getting sick time. They're getting $26 an hour.
right.
Which sounds great, but if you're living in New York, I mean, that's like us making like $12 an hour. So,
Which I refuse to die for $12 an hour.
well, of course, yeah.
Well,
Moving
of
on.
course.
So this is TikTok about a minute 25, and then we'll talk about it.
So you probably know by now that Amazon delivery drivers frequently pee in bottles because the company's insane targets leave them with no time for bathroom breaks. But when Vice reporter Uba Butler interviewed workers at a warehouse in Glendale, California, he discovered that they also get penalized if they're caught with those bottles. So instead of keeping them in their cars, the drivers just toss the bottles onto the side of the road so they don't get in trouble. So what he does in this situation is he collects as many piss bottles as possible, and then he thinks of a product that sells both quickly and without scrutiny. What better fits that description than the high caffeine energy drinks backed by internet stars like KSI and Logan Paul? So Butler markets these bottles full of nothing but human waste as Release Energy, giving it the tagline, the world's first fully reusable energy drink. Once you're done with its content, simply fill it back up to the brim and start again. He then lists it on Amazon for sale in the refillable pump dispenser category, and it goes live. But then, as Butler explains, something happens that I don't expect. Amazon's algorithm automatically moves the product into the energy drinks category, bypassing the entire platform's protections around food and drinks licensing. Now, to be clear, none of this is subtle. The drink is very clearly marketed as the urine of Amazon delivery drivers. But then finally, Butler's hard work pays off because occupying the #1 spot on the bestseller list for bitter lemon drinks on Amazon is Release Energy, or in other words, their own driver's excrement. Now, of course, the drink was promptly removed as soon as someone realized what was happening, but the fact that it was actually up long enough for people to actually buy it is humiliating, not just because of the drink's content, but also because it exposes a glaring blind spot in the company's marketplace safeguards, and that the human cost to pretty much any aspect of their business is secondary.
That's such a good point. Like, how do they get into the food without like any kind of nutrition confirmation or anything like that? I mean, obviously the guy was just doing an experiment. He wasn't going to really ship urine bottles.
Are you sure though?
I'm pretty sure, but I would love to get a bottle. I feel like I need to find this guy and I'll buy a bottle from him. That can be like a souvenir in the studio, but
They never made those bottles.
you don't think so? It's all
it's all CGI.
it's all like CGI or whatever. Graphic design. But
they never made them.
It is fucking crazy. So I worked, for a little while, worked for Little Debbie, and he started selling some Little Debbie on Amazon. And it is for how easy this got on, this guy struggled to like get on there, be able to list in the appropriate categories. You had to be approved for certain categories. Like, it's really hard to like make it on Amazon. Once you're in, but
then there's the thing that pretty much Amazon do whatever the hell they want. I mean,
pretty much.
I've seen situations where they will reach out to your competitors and they'll say, hey, lower the price, just to get you to lower your price.
No way.
Oh yeah, they completely control. Yeah,
that's crazy. Is there a business out there for your business, which is the key company, which pardon me, I don't remember the name of it.
Trouble-Free Keys.
Trouble-Free Keys. Is there any platform like on Amazon that you're able to do that?
So I mean, we on eBay. I have 10,000 listings on eBay, and then we have that's not true. I have 1,000 listings on eBay. That's right, and then I have 10,000 listings on my Shopify store. So yeah, we use Shopify and eBay. Yeah,
but can you do it on Amazon if you wanted to?
I could, absolutely. Yeah, it's just way too expensive.
Oh, the fees.
I mean, they want like 25%. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, look at the platform you're getting, though.
But why would they're going to force me to lower the price of the keys anyways, and then they're going to force me to how I need to, how quickly I need to, fulfill the orders and all that bullshit.
I mean, it wouldn't work for your business, but like, because it's not like it's like an energy drink. You know what I mean? It's not something that's like high in demand, but
absolutely, yeah.
I just wonder what you could actually like if your business could sell on it. So that's because you would just have a drop down menu, right? And they would pick like Herman Miller. Like Jesper does a lot of keys for like furniture,
right?
or like filing cabinets and stuff like that.
Pretty much, if you have any of the big manufacturers, Hahn, Herman Miller, Hayworth, any of those, Steelcase, there's a little number by the key lock, and you can go on troublefreekeys.com and find that number, and then you can get a replacement key.
Yep.
So yeah, then I'll send it to you. But I mean, what was I gonna say? I was gonna
Talking
say
about Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest thing is just I don't know. I mean, it is definitely it's a huge platform to be on, right? And it is important, but I think the it's bigger for people who are doing drop shipping, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, or get them to hey Julia, get them to warehouse your stuff, which by the way
Yeah.
they also charge for, right?
Right.
I mean,
Right. Yeah,
it's
my little Debbie boss, he was like, "Yep, we have to send them at almost immediately. They have to
Yep.
get to the warehouse." Like it's crazy what they do, but
It is crazy. Now, there is a lot of people who do the what do they call the Amazon fulfillment? Amazon.
in the
I
struggle.
forget what it's called, but it's essentially a different bucket, and I think that raises a little bit over, but a couple years ago that was pretty big, and I guess it's more than that. But basically, if you're out shopping and somebody, let's say you locally find a store who is like getting rid of all their type of product or
Yeah.
something. Let's say you find a pair of sneakers or whatever, and they are, they're getting rid of them. So they have 10 boxes of sneakers and they're all at half price, right? Let's say
Right.
that. And then, so they have an app that you can use on their side. So you can scan that and then you can see, okay, if I buy these 10 boxes and send them into Amazon, I can expect to make X.
Yeah, they still do that.
Oh, I know they still do it. I just feel like it's so difficult to make money on that because so many people are doing it today.
My wife's friend does it. They buy like packages. They put packages together. Like they'll buy right now, because pickleball is so hot, they'll go to the dollar store or whatever and buy pickleball serving plates, like the throwaway ones, and like
Right.
the napkins and the cups, and they put it in a package and then they sell that on Amazon. Like they've got it down, but you are right, it does take a lot of like finessing and
Right.
because they probably lose on some stuff too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You got to know what's hot.
Well, and then the thing is, you don't get any money from Amazon until this sells.
Correct.
I mean, you still have to have the risk of buying it, of shipping it to them, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Well, that's a normal business. I mean, you would do
Well,
that.
yeah.
anyways.
I mean, is it though? I mean, it is, but
That's
I mean,
true, because in a normal business, they'd buy it on your website, you'd get the money, and then you'd ship it out.
right. I mean, here it could be, yeah. You can have it, I mean, it's the same as having to buy inventory and then, warehouse it yourself. Right?
Yeah, so all the risk is on you and not Amazon.
Right. Exactly. A lot of other people are doing, they're doing the whole drop shipping model where you go out and you find a keyword that does well. So I just had to buy an electric scooter for my son in college, right? Which, by the way, right now there's like 8 inches of snow on the ground, so he can't use his scooter. So anyways, but we started doing some research, and there's like 100 different websites selling all these electric scooters, but they essentially all repping the same 12 brands, right?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's some people find a keyword, they sign up to be a wholesaler or whatever, and then they just send the order on to them. So the product it never goes to them at all. No, they completely just drop shipping. So they take the order, they take the money, they send it over to them.
Yeah.
And then they pay the warehouse, they pay a wholesale price to them, and then take the difference.
Interesting. This TED Talk about Amazon selling you is brought to you by RMI Inspections. RMI Inspections is a online inspection for Uber and Lyft. You basically contact them. You can use your video chat of your choice, either Android or iPhone. They basically do your inspection online. It's $19. They fill out the forms for you. They send them to you, and it's $19, and you don't pay it if you don't pass. So it's quite a great way to do it. I know Larry used it a couple weeks ago to get his new car back on the road. Well, not new car, but new to him, 2016
Right.
Camry. And he said it was quick and painless. And so yeah, check them out. The link is in the description if you definitely need to get a inspection done. And then you don't have to go to the shops to get nickel and dime for all that stuff, because they're not going to try to upsell you anything. I can almost no, I guarantee they're not going to upsell you.
Right. Well, and then that's the other thing too. They won't charge you until you pass.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of win-win. So they've
Yep.
worked with us. They signed up for another block of advertising, and we can't thank them enough for supporting
super
the show.
appreciative. Super appreciative. Yep.
Okay, so this is a video, Jesper, but you'll have to
Yep.
describe it because there's no sound, and it's 11 seconds.
Right. So before you start, don't start yet. Right. So the interesting part is, again, at night, it's in a car. You see the footage from inside the vehicle, and obviously you see the driver, and then you see a passenger from behind the driver getting out of the vehicle, and then something happens. You can go ahead.
So basically, you know what happened by Jesper's
Absolutely.
description.
So he doesn't. The passenger doesn't look at all as he opens the door, and another car hits the door and slams it in, and obviously he's almost hurt, and the car is now totaled.
The car is fucked. You know, surprisingly, I always worry about this too while I'm driving, when I'm dropping people off. Surprisingly, most people have their sense about them to get out, like slide over to the curbside.
Right.
Almost most of the time, I don't have to say anything. Every once in a while, I say, "Oh, you might want to slide over to the curbside because it's kind of busy." You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I bet you once or twice a year in Grand Rapids, even in our small little city, I bet somebody gets their door taken off.
Maybe that is the number one reason as to why I love driving a minivan. I can tell you that.
Oh, that's a good
And
point.
I have my buttons, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and let's be honest here. People think that it's because it's so nice, automated door. I say, yeah, I do it because I don't want you fucking slamming my door.
Yeah.
It's like, don't touch my door.
That's the one thing I do miss is that from my van that I drove, that Honda Odyssey, was the electric buttons. It was
Yep.
so nice. I know people in my Pilot, although it doesn't really happen much in the Bolt. I don't know if they're heavier doors. I think they're actually heavier than the Pilot, but
Okay.
Pilots, they slam the fuck out of those things. Like, bam, it
Mhm.
would like rattle the whole car. But
And once you're drunk, I mean, they even more.
oh yeah.
I know.
So
I know that's
tip
the number one
for-
reason for those, huh?
for a tip for new drivers, you might want to mention that to people when they get out.
Get a minivan.
Get them. There's your tip. Get a minivan.
Yeah, get a minivan. They're great. They're great vehicles though for
Honestly, as much as I mean, I can't believe you still have one, because you literally have, like, what is Julia 14 now? In 2 years she's gonna be driving, and you're still at a minivan. But
yeah.
that being said, it is great for Ubering people around. I miss
Oh,
my
yeah.
minivan. It's great. Okay, so this is where is this? Did I forget to you forgot to give me this photo, Jesper?
I did not. It's up there.
No, you didn't. This is a
What?
good photo too.
It's
Hold-
in the.
Is it in there? Let me see. Stand by. Oh, I don't know, because I know I downloaded all these. Hold your. This is a good one. I don't want to skip it. Hang on. No, you never. Oh, you did give it to me.
I gave it to
It just
you.
didn't download. All right, hold on.
Don't blame me.
So I did. I can't do this. I did a batch. Like, I clicked them all and they went in, and clearly this one didn't get in. Okay, there we go. So there's nothing very exciting about. I don't know. Is this your story or is this mine?
It's yours.
Okay. There's nothing really exciting about this photo. But if you look down in the lower corner, it says $4.10 tip added after the ride. So
Right.
that's interesting. What did we talk about? The bid for service.
Yep.
I mean, is this coming? Is this what's going to happen now or what? But like if I saw that Lyft XL and I knew I was getting another $4, I would probably drive the 13 minutes to go pick that guy up.
But why not put it in the $13? Why not have it say $17.12 includes a $4.10 tip?
Because I think they want to make it as difficult as possible. Although
that is a good point.
I mean, they're not going to, you know what I mean? This is where your independent contractor status comes in like, oh, I have to read this. But I often wonder if the $4.10 is
Right.
included already in the 13 and that person's going to get fucked. You know what I mean?
And that you only get $9 to begin with, and then you get the additional $4.
Well, look what they're doing with the surge now. They'll actually lower the rate and add the surge at, it's not like it used to be if it was a $10 ride and a $5 surge, you would get $15. It's not like that anymore. But I don't know. This could be it. This could be it. Like this
that's it. I'm done. I'm done driving. I'm done.
No, you're not.
They're making it worse.
But
No,
I mean, if that happened on a regular basis, that $4.10 or $6, like, and I saw, because honestly, if I had this XL and I saw it was 13 minutes just to pick up, I wouldn't take it.
No,
I definitely wouldn't take it. But if an extra $4, okay.
Well, but yeah.
No.
I mean, I've driven 13 minutes for an XL.
Well,
before,
I would
not, not for $13.
That's my point. For $13. I mean, then you got to turn around and drive for 17 minutes. This is just to get the guy.
Well, yeah.
So you got to drive 13 and then an additional 17.
That doesn't seem like enough either, because I know I would get more than $13 for
I think you're dreaming on airport rides. You talked about that on the last show. I'm really I want you to go back into your Uber XL and I want you to look at an airport ride and I want to see it. I don't believe you're making $25 for an XL.
No, I said $20 to $25.
Okay, I don't believe you're making 20.
Okay, well, I'll find them.
When we get offline, I want you to pull a couple airport because it'll say the address on there, so you'll be able to figure it out.
I'm going to bed.
No, you're fucking. Then do it in the morning. Anyway, if that's a bid for service, then I'm excited for that.
It definitely looks like it might be.
Yeah.
So this next one is interesting. This next one is one of those the delivery, the DoorDash delivery from hell. And that the delivery driver needs to be put up against the wall.
Hey, Key, fuck these niggas up. DJ, beat you, bitch. You gotta motherfucking feel this shit, boy.
God, I didn't know there was music on it. It scared the shit out of me.
So he hung the drink holder with the food in it from the handlebar.
From the handle. That was a weird handle too. It went down. Like, shouldn't that handle? I mean, either way, he probably would have hung it on there. But the guy installed the handle like upside down, like a hook, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
People are stupid. I just had my mail person. I had something delivered. They put it right in front of the door.
I know. Why would you do that?
I don't get it. I feel like you should lose your job if you put packages or food right in front of the door. Like, have common sense. Look how the door opens and put it to the right side of it.
You should lose your job.
Fucking idiots. This one is
perfect.
So, there we go. The future has already arrived. Now you do not need to run and look for a public toilet. Our service allows you to call the toilet like a taxi. Tariffs available, economy, comfort, and business. And if you look real tiny in there, it says Shat Life, right?
No, it says Shaddle.
Shaddle.
So,
that's
hashtag Shaddle as opposed to a shuttle.
Shuttle.
It says shuttle where you can take a shed on.
Shaddle. So it's a giant drone and a toilet with glass all around it. But I mean, I'm sure that privacy glass. I mean, it's not real anyways. But
just up high enough, you can take it. You can sit there in peace.
Do you know there are? I don't know if it's in New York, but they do have bathrooms in public where you can go and then the glass turns. Like you can see out, but they can't see in.
Oh, that makes sense.
That would be weird, right?
A little bit. I've seen lately though down Grand Rapids with all the homeless and all that stuff. They actually did install some new public restrooms
Oh, did
down
they?
by the parks and stuff. Yeah.
Which park?
Obviously, then they're not like see through, but
Right. Which park?
the one right next to the downtown market.
Oh,
Because
okay. That's what I
that's where they
figured.
all congregate.
Yeah.
So,
Can you imagine? I can just see a sicko getting in those bathrooms where they can look outside and they're in there just choking the chicken. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're watching all these. I mean, people get off on the weirdest stuff. So they're like,
oh,
they're
absolutely.
just walking by, some hot girl walks by, and I mean, obviously she can't see them, but like I can just see the debauchery that would go on in that,
The
you know.
debauchery.
Well, like you go in there with your girlfriend, and you have sex in there, and even though you can see, it's like
Right.
what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Voyeurism, but like they can't see you, but you
Voyeurism,
can
yeah.
see them. It's like reverse voyeurism. But anyways, real quick, Octopus tablet. We haven't talked about them enough. Right now, you need to get this. You need some extra cash for the holidays. This
Yep.
is a tablet you put in your car. It's free to you. You can earn up to $100 a month. They also have giveaways and stuff. I've won $1,000 before, which is insane. If you go to the link
It's
under
crazy.
I know I'm gonna get a 1099 for that at the end of the year too. If you can go and download or go to the link in our description, you can get your tablet sent to you. We just found out that they're gonna have a driver app now.
Oh,
So you'll be able to like cash out through the app instead of logging in. It's not that much of a pain, but I mean, everything has an app now, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah, they send you the tablet for free. You just literally plug it in as games for the passengers, and you get paid money from some of the ads that they show on there to the passengers.
and I mean, people love it. I am convinced they tip more.
Yeah,
It's just, it's a win-win-win.
yeah, exactly. So check it out. Next up,
This is a message. It's somebody in the DoorDash drivers group. He goes, I'm thinking of duct taping a dry vent hose from my car heater vent to a box to keep my customers' food warmer, which is, not a bad idea. But then he goes down, I'd laugh at this idea if I didn't know it was already a marketed item. So
yeah, somebody commented on it.
You can buy it on Amazon.
Yeah. I don't know. That seems kind of weird because if you have now I don't know how the cabin filter works, but I assume if you have a dirty cabin filter, it's gonna come through that. It comes through the vent, right? That's when you're like, you kind of get some like gross smells in there. You're like, what is that smell? Like you have to change the cabin filter. My guess is that.
I mean, just get a hot box. You can hook up to your get your cigarette lighter.
Yeah, do that instead of like ghetto hose from your vent, because then you got to run it hot. So then I mean, what are you gonna do in the summer? Like you're gonna have heat blowing on you? Like that's stupid.
You can say that again.
It's stupid.
It's stupid.
All right, 2 more left here in the news. This one's kind of funny. I'm gonna make this bigger because you probably need to read it because it's yours.
What did you do?
My Uber left a romantic letter.
Oh, yeah. It was just a link was different. Okay, yeah, that's good. So it says here, good morning. I know this is random, but what happened? Sorry.
Read the document. Don't read the screen.
No, I have it now.
Okay.
I know this is random. I am the Uber guy. I'm the Uber guy who drove you last night. It's very, very bad spelling as well. From the casino. New year and new beginning for you. It's like, wow, this is just he's like laying it on thick.
Yeah.
I like your energy, and I notice you have a beautiful smile. Let me try that again. I like your energy, and I notice you have a beautiful smile. I want to know you better. Would like to go out with me on a date for ice cream. Mohammed.
Yeah, he kind of talks like you talk. Mumble mouth.
And then there's some weird flower, which would just be even weirder.
Yeah, he was shooting his shot. It's just what's weird is like you went back to the house. Like if you're gonna shoot your shot, you got to do it in the car right then. You can't go back because that makes it creepy.
So I like it. For context, I Ubered to a guy I'm seeing's house. My Uber driver returned the next morning with this letter.
That's so crazy.
It's so crazy. But yeah, just don't go back.
The
Don't ever go back.
Number one comment is, I thought it was weird that Uber made me watch all those mandatory training videos, and they kept repeating Uber is not a dating app, but I guess some people just don't get it.
I know. Some people do not get it.
It's so creepy. Yeah, please don't do that. There's a tip for you. If you're a new driver, don't write a letter and go back to your passenger's house and put it on there.
There's another tip for you right now.
He's probably going to get deactivated for that.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So, and then last we have, did I not update? What happened with all the? So I can't batch load these anymore because it fucking didn't transfer over. Thankfully, I'm a professional. So this is freaking hilarious. I don't know who sent it, but it says, "Hi there, this is Uber. We're contacting to let you know that Instant Pay limits have been increased to $5,000 per week. Plus, you can now cash out up to 6 times a day." Who the fuck is cashing out $5K? Who's making $5K? Like even an Uber Black. I mean, $5,000.
They might be. They might be.
What is that? What is that? I'm gonna do math, but I'm gonna do it on a calculator.
What do you mean? What is what? It's 5,000. How many times a day?
No, it's $260,000 a year. What Uber driver is making $260,000 a year that he has to cash out?
Not you.
No shit. I wouldn't be driving the bus if I was making $260 a year. Right. Fuck that. So, anyways, if you're out there listening, if you ever come across this podcast and you're making $5,000 a week,
we want to talk to you.
I want to talk to you, and I need to see receipts. Like I'm definitely not gonna take your word for it. But
no.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm gonna wrap up this show. We have next week, and then we are gonna take the week off of Thanksgiving. Just gonna spend some more time with the family. Probably drink some beer. I have a new Call of Duty coming out. So, I mean,
that's why you want to take it off.
Well, it's coming out Friday. So, all the reason to take some time off and blow some things up on video games. But we've been grinding this year, and we'll probably take some time off around Christmas too. But I just want to give you a heads up. So 2 weeks from tonight, we will not be on, but we'll be on next week. I did reach out to Steve Johnson, hopefully to get him on the B side. I texted him today, but he's ignoring me. So hopefully
come on, Steve, get on the B side.
Well, he complained that he's never been on it. Then I sent him a text and he just, ghosting me. So all right, guys, as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we will see you on the road. That is the course if we actually ever drive again.
Yeah. It won't be me this weekend.
No, me neither.
All right. Good night.
Good night.